welcome to another episode of Cosmic Conversations. I'm your hostess, Marla Martenson, and I am with the magical, incredible Zarathustra. He's coming to us from Stockholm, Sweden. Hey, Zarathustra.
Hi, sweetheart. Nice to see you again, and thank you for having me back.
You're welcome. You guys, we did a video, I think in February, where I got Zarathustra's whole story of how he became the amazing healer that he is and all of his magical things that happened to him. So I will put that link below in the box so you can watch that if you want. It was a really popular video, and I'm having him back because I took a few of his workshops, and I want to tell you what happened to me. And he's coming back to Los Angeles next month in May and June 2017. And he's got some workshops and also a training, fifth dimensional quantum healing training 1 and 2, which I'm going to take. I'm going to be a fifth dimensional quantum healer. I'm so excited.
Well, I'm the founder of Fifth Dimensional Quantum Healing and Awareness. And basically when this whole program came together, I really enjoy teaching the healing modality of what I do and transferring and transmitting this information to people who are open to it and they like to learn this modality of healing. And also I really enjoy teaching about awareness and how to be awake and how to go to find inner peace and inner silence. Mm-hmm. And for a number of years, I kind of was in this duality of, do I just teach about self-awareness and awakening, mm-hmm. or I teach healing? Okay. And then eventually I realized that I can just bridge the two together and create a system that my students, my participants, not only they learn how to use this healing methods and energy and intelligence which is available, but in that process, how they can find their own inner peace and become very still and silent and love themselves and accept themselves and recognize their divine self.
Well, beautiful, beautiful. And then what I was really attracted to you for was the third eye activation, because when I met you, it was at the Conscious Life Expo, and I am already a Reiki master and do healing. I have clients and all of that. So, but of course, I always like to learn more. But I'm trying to open my third eye, that pineal gland, and it's still. I've been working on it for a long time. And when I met you, you gave me this DVD that you have, which I started using. It's an active meditation, so you'll tell us a little bit about it. And I've been doing it almost every day ever since we met back in February, and now we're coming in the end of April. So I did so I had a private session with you at the expo, and then like the next week I came to a 3-hour event in Los Angeles where we did the active meditation, and you came around to us and you did some kind of, your magic activating. And then I came to one other at Gail's place up in the hills for all day third eye activation, where you guys came around and did not only something, whatever you were doing, but there was like this light someone was putting, shining. So that, and then I was doing the active meditation with the DVD. So the night after the all day workshop, I came home, went into the bathroom, which was dark, and I saw a shard of white light on the side of my right eye, just flashing this light. And I was like, whoa! And I knew it was from what you did that day. And the light's been there ever since. And I keep continuing with what you've taught. And now I'm getting more, like I close my eyes and I'm getting more light over here too, in general, more light in my eyes in the dark. And at first I'm like, wow, what happened? Maybe something's going on. What is this? And then there was almost like a little floater, but the floater's gone and it's just this light. And now it's like, I love it. It's so exciting. And I feel that that's the third eye opening. And I keep taking supplements you had talked about this, which I thought was really different and cool about you, is you like tequila, you like your, cello kebab or steak or whatever, you're not like saying don't have a cup of coffee or don't. So I had tequila the other night at some friends. I was thinking of you. I'm like, Zarathustra says it's still spiritual to have a tequila. So I'm still trying to open it, because my reason for wanting to open it is when I'm doing my healings, I want to receive those messages for my clients, because they always say, what did you get? Is anybody here for me? What are my guides saying? So I want to hear those messages. I can channel my angel, but that's kind of a separate thing. So that's my reason, and that's my story.
Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm hoping now I'm going to be coming to 2 more of your event. Like you have a free event, a couple of free events. I'm going to come, and then I'm coming to the 2-part training. So I'm sure you're going to be zapping me some more, and I'm like, I need some more to get it open all the way.
Well, third eye activation is a big part of all of my workshops, as well as healing training course, because by activating the third eye, which is pineal gland, and opening pineal gland, getting it activated and keeping it open, pineal gland begins to produce DMT, dimethyltryptamine, and which is a substance that our brain naturally thrives on DMT. And by the production of the DMT by pineal gland, it gives us first-hand experiences of our spiritual experiences. They are derived from production of the DMT. So basically having access to invisible realms and other realities by the fact that the pineal gland gets activated and produces DMT.
Well, I was going to say, so mine, it feels like it's taking so long. And what is, you've seen this, you've been helping people. What is there any typical time or what do you think? I mean, from what I've told you, what's going on? Is it just so calcified that, I'm taking supplements, I'm meditating, I'm doing all this stuff, and it's just slowly.
Yeah, it varies from person to person. And so no 2 people are the same. But typically, I would say at least 3 months of you're doing the breathing technique, right?
Yes, I do that. Even at night in bed, I do it. I do it when I'm somewhere. I do it, that breathing one a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I would give it 3 months at least.
Okay.
And are you hearing any cracks? Do you hear anything like?
I hear a lot of cracks in my head. In general, cracks. Yes.
Right. So is it since you've been doing these exercises?
I've been trying to work on this for a while, so I have been hearing cracks before that as well, but more now. Right.
Because that's one of the things that happens. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be that way, but people do report hearing cracks.
Yeah.
Especially on the crown area. And that's an indication of decalcification of the pineal gland.
And it took you 3 months, didn't it, when you were invented this?
Yeah, it took me 3 months. Somehow, through the grace of Lord, I would get up every morning at 6 in the morning. The first thing I did is I would just sit in a lotus position, and I would start doing the breathing exercise. And but it was happening automatically. I wasn't even trying to do it. It was just a natural thing to do. Like I would do it for half an hour religiously every day, but it was completely effortless.
Explain what that breathing exercise is.
Yeah, the breathing exercise is you're basically bringing light. You're imagining that you're breathing through your third eye, and you're breathing it in, and it goes straight all the way in to the center of your brain. So your inhale, you bring it in. Your exhale is that the air is going up, and it goes all the way up, and it hits the top of the skull, the interior part of the skull, it doesn't come out. And then the air falls down, and you're imagining that it's cooling off your brain. You're imagining that there is a cooling feeling happening. It's in your imagination. You may not feel it in the beginning, but you're imagining like mint. It's like you're having after mint, or you're having a drink with a lot of mints in it. So it's cooling you. So the air, you breathe the air in, and then the air goes up. It hits the interior part of your skull, and then the air falls down, and it cools off your brain. So you just keep doing that.
And then when did you add the active meditation part to that?
There was a few years ago when what happened was I was doing the active meditations in my group healing events in Venice. When I first started doing the fifth dimensional quantum healing events in a church in Venice Beach, and the active meditations, I started doing them because I realized, for example, when I did a lot of hiking. I love doing hiking, and then the last part of the hike, when I go up, in the last 10 minutes of it, I kind of like to increase my speed and bring my heart rate higher. And then I would get to the top of the mountain, end my hike, and I would just sit. And that was my ritual, to sit when I get to the top of the mountain or I reached my goal. I would just sit somewhere comfortable, and I would just go into a deep meditation. I would just become very quiet. So I realized that doing something active, like walking really fast or jumping up and down or dancing, some kind of exercise, it just right after doing the exercise, some kind of intense exercise, and you sit down, it quiets your mind. And you just kind of sink in from the mind into the heart. So then I started adding up these self-love affirmations. It just got downloaded to me that, first of all, when we're doing these active meditations, we're starting with blah, 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 and then we're laughing, then we're shaking, and we're jumping up and down. So what it does is also activates your kundalini energy, and so from very base chakra, from Muladhara, everything starts getting activated. So you're awakening the serpent.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do too. I'd love to awaken that serpent. I haven't had any indication of that one yet, but.
Oh yeah, I have to talk to your husband about it.
You guys, I was telling Zarathustra before we started the recording how my husband, I do all this meditation, all those ha-ha, the laughing, the hoo-hoo, laughing out loud by myself. And then he walked in, and he knew that I was studying with Zarathustra, and he walks in and he sees his wife sitting all alone at my desk, laughing with my eyes closed, and then, another time jumping, and he's like, I'm going to kill this guy. My wife has gone crazy. And then we were laughing so hard, and I showed him the DVD, and then he thought it was so cool, and now he always does the hoo-hoo with me. He's jumping up and down, and he's like, loves Zarathustra now. But at first he was like, what is going on?
Well, I'm glad I'm out of his hit
You're
list.
out of the hit list. It was hilarious. But
so basically, combining these different methods of creating an activation in your body, and the movements, and bringing your heart rate to a higher level, and then when you sit and you start doing the breathing exercises, then what it does is it just takes you into a very deep place. And the breathing technique, it's even more effective. because now you're not coming at it from the mind, you're coming at it from a no-mind place. See, the human mind was not sophisticated. It wasn't this sophisticated because we didn't have so much information available to us. Yeah. And then you didn't have your iPhone and iPad and the computer and the radio and TV and all this bombardment of the media. So all these electromagnetic waves wasn't in the air 150 years ago.
Yeah.
So the minds were much easier to deal with. And it was easy to do a visualization meditation. You would sit there, start visualizing that you're in a safe, quiet place, and then and you've done visualization meditations.
Yeah.
But today, they don't really work because you sit down there and you're trying to quiet your mind, and the only thing you're not doing is quieting your mind. You're just sitting there, you want to meditate. Oh, I forgot to send that email to my partner. Right. I forgot to turn off the gas because the food is cooking.
Right.
Oh, I never went to the laundromat to pick up my shirt. So you're thinking about everything but being quiet.
Yeah.
Now, since the minds are a lot more sophisticated, then we need a more sophisticated meditation. And that's why active meditations, they help you really become quiet. So, and this third eye activation we're talking about is majority of people are expecting that my third eye is going to open up and all these incredible things happen, right?
Yeah.
Third eye activation, there may be all these incredible things happening. It's possible that all of a sudden you may have a meeting with a trans-dimensional being. I mean, as a part of your third eye activation, you may find yourself in this room that you're sitting with Buddha, the Christ, Krishna, and you're sitting on some cushions on this Persian carpet with fruits and wine and music and beautiful women dancing around and all these masters, and you're in heaven.
Yeah.
Okay? So, it's possible you have that experience. But third eye activation is not necessarily about that. It's about the very subtle things that start to happen. It's about really getting really tuned in with yourself.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, you begin to feel a lot more awake and a lot more alert. Your awareness starts to really expand. And
or it could be like you're seeing angels, you're seeing people, like I could see your guide standing behind you or your dead grandmother or something like that. It could really open people up to their psychic abilities.
And it does. All of a sudden you may feel like you're more of a clairvoyant. You're more of a clairaudient or clairsentient.
Right.
All of a sudden you're sensing things with people easily. All of a sudden I had one gentleman was coming to my events, and I gave him a private session, and specifically third eye activation. And he had never been able to cook in his life. He couldn't cook. And then after that session, he becomes a chef.
Wow.
And he begins to cook all these amazing meals. So it's not necessarily you're going to have a big bang about the worlds of crystals or lights or having an encounter with angels. It can be like all of a sudden you are able to cook food, or you're writing, or you're singing, or you're doing a lot of...
That's what I want to do. I can't carry a tune. Maybe I'll be able to sing after this.
Yeah, right. So it will affect the different areas of your life, but it could be very subtle.
And what do you think, if you feel, like you want to share, what did it do for you that was the most profound that you noticed in your life?
Extreme alertness and awareness. When in 2009, I went through this series of activations when these fifth dimensional entities, guides of mine, contacted me, and they started downloading information, and my third eye started to open up. It was like my laser vision. They gave me a laser vision, so they gave me the ability to see. In the beginning, it was very intense because I could hear other people's minds. And you think it's a fun thing to do, but it's not. If you can direct it at one person in some ways, okay, great, I can read her mind. But that wasn't the case. I'm hearing, all these thoughts. And my own mind by itself is a handful. Less alone, I'm just hearing everybody's thoughts. So I thought I'm going to go crazy. So I had to learn to just shut it down. And as well as having this X-ray vision of, just being able to look in someone's auric field, or look into somebody's forehead or head and just finding things about them and knowing things about them, or looking in their body and just kind of stare and find information, getting info. I can't see inside someone's body. I can't see the organs, but I get info. If I'm staring at somebody's body, I can start getting information. So that's what happened for me in the beginning.
And I'm excited to learn psychic surgery.
I'm excited for you too, and and we're going to be doing that.
Yeah, so the psychic, just so you guys know, because last time we did a video, quite a few people showed up at the events, and I was so excited to see them there. So I'm going to put the dates when he's going to be doing a couple of free events, and there's going to be one in Orange County and then Los Angeles, and he has a quantum healing training 1 and 2. I think it's like 5 days or 4.5 days, right?
Starting June 2nd, Friday afternoon, June 2nd, 3rd and 4th is level 1, and 5th and 6th is level 2.
Awesome. So we're going to learn psychic surgery, how to visually see, read, feel, cleanse, and restore the auric field, hands-on healing, distance healing, third eye activation, how to strengthen your psychic powers, and so that is
sound vibrational therapy.
Oh, sound vibrational therapy. That's how to replace old stagnant energy with new information from the energetic blueprint of the healed reality. So that is, and this sounds cool, how to send brand new information into the body in the form of energetic light waves. Hands-on healing.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Right.
And then
all of these basically is happening from what we do is the the foundation of fifth dimensional quantum healing is on raising our own vibrations to a higher frequency.
Yeah.
So if I'm able to raise my vibrations to a higher frequency, anyone who's available to me, not a believer, but if they're available, so they get contracted and they raise their vibrations to a higher frequency as well.
Okay.
And then what happens is that when we're vibrating in fifth dimensional realm, a lot of information starts to get transferred. Old information comes out and brand new information goes in. And that's how things start to change, because this is a quantum leap into a higher dimension, and by that means you cannot take your old issues, whether it's emotional issues or your thought patterns or dysfunctional behaviors, you cannot take it to this higher realm because they don't exist. So this is really an inside job. So we're changing things from inside by changing the person's vibrations to a higher frequency.
That is amazing. And that I know if we're raising our frequency high, that's when, if we want to be a medium or connect with other realms, that's where we've got to raise up to hear. And
Yeah.
I've been hearing some high-pitched, in my ear. I think that's part of the third eye activation, isn't it?
Your antennas are starting
antenna.
to... Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, pineal gland has a large amount of calcite microcrystals.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Calcite microcrystals are being found in inner ear.
Oh.
They're transmitters and receivers. And you may be surprised that our cell phone technology
Mm-hmm.
is being copied from pineal gland technology.
Wow.
Scientists, once they discovered and understood how pineal gland works, then they used the mechanics and technology of pineal gland and they brought it into a cell phone. And they created cell phone. So if your third eye is fully open and active, then you don't need a cell phone.
Oh, we can save on our cell phone bill.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, thank you. So there's also a free event on May 31st, and then
We
there's
have
another
the May
one.
16th event, which is called the Magic Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's a third eye activation, shamanic heart healing event.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have an event on the 20th of May, which I am co-hosting it with Gail Zachary, and that event is going to be a shamanic healing, full-on shamanic healing event that we're all going to embody and bringing the big shamanic spirits in our bodies. We're going to be dressed up, painted. Wow. There's going to be drumming. There's going to be didgeridoo, and that event is not a free event. But the first one on Tuesday, the 16th, is a free event. Then I have a group healing event in Irvine, California on May 24th. Uh-huh. And then on May 31st, I have another free event at Gail's Ranch.
Zarathustra, thank you so much for spending this time with us. And as always, it's just great to see you.
It's a pleasure and honor to be with you. Thank you.